Juno Records was a sort of private partnership. We'd been growing quite steadily since we started in 1997 in a very slow but sure way. By the time we heard of Secanta through our bank Lloyds in 2004, we were already quite a successful company, but we were quite limited by our own inexperience and by the sort of limited financial knowledge that we had in terms of how to grow and market what was obviously a successful formula. So when we first met Trevor Gibbons from Secanta, we really were in need of advice and sort of guidance in terms of how to take a good idea and make it into a big business. And Trevor helped us do that. Well, initially, Trevor spent a couple of months taking a very detailed look at the business. He got to know all the processes, every department inside out, without sort of casting judgment on what was right or wrong about it. It was obviously a successful company, and I think he took care to look at what was working as opposed to trying to change things that didn't need changing. So we got to know each other in a very sort of steady fashion, but pretty soon he was able to offer some very sound advice, starting with internal processes in terms of efficiency, cost saving, and we were able to refine our sort of production and dispatch procedures very carefully. Then we started to talk about the sort of financial shape of the company more broadly. We looked at marketing and growth and how the organisation of the company was or wasn't at that time suited to growing further. One of the first things he spotted was that the directors were using their time ineffectively. He was able to break down our tasks into modular pieces and point out to us that we could be a lot more effective if we defined what we were doing more carefully and decided in the context of a marketing plan how we were going to use our time. And that really was a breakthrough for us, because until that point we'd been trying to do everything at once, as it were. He gave us the idea of intelligent planning and sort of timely change that could help us to grow much faster than we could have using our own resources. We were kind of liberated in the sense that instead of the constant pressure of trying to do everything ourselves, we had a sort of experienced, we were quite young at the time as well, we were in our sort of late 20s, we had an experienced figure who could show us that in fact what we had was a great opportunity, and the pressure and the kind of tension that had been there before was replaced by a much stronger, more mature sense of how to take that opportunity and make it something really good, which is what Trevor helped us do. It worked with Secanta straight away. I mean, we knew our own business and we knew how to run our own affairs, but what we didn't have is the sort of bigger view, the sense of how to make our company sort of reach out further, how to make it more effective in its own internal processes, but also in terms of marketing and international sort of presence. So what Secanta did was take our energy and enthusiasm and sort of guide it in a more professional direction, and enabled us to grow much more quickly than we had before. Within a couple of years we'd doubled in size and we're employing twice as many people, and our profitability shot up as well. Yeah, we're totally committed to using Secanta, because at all stages of the business, whether it's at the times of the greatest growth or time when we have to do something brand new, it's an extremely good asset to have a figure like Trevor there who can bring the broader experience and bring an intelligent perspective to what's often quite a high pressure situation. Really, for the cost of, in our case, one day's consultancy a month, what we're getting is a world of advice. We can obviously have telephone contact with him during the rest of the month as well. So the cost really, I think it's paid for itself 100 times over. I mean, even now, having been through this very sharp growth curve, Trevor's helping us find ways to control costs, to look at new opportunities. I think it would be a real false economy if we forgot that. Yeah, I definitely recommend Secanta. Our experiences with them has been totally positive.